Hi everyone, welcome to Dimension Traders trading review at May 14, 2017. And by the way, happy Mother's Day for whoever is a mother. And you have the celebration. Hopefully everything goes well today. Everyone is happy. For the quick trading review today, we are going to focus on Swiss-10 pairs. I found there's couple possibilities set up for the following week that we can pay more attention to see how it's unfold and set up on the entry point. We are going to take a look real quick what is the big chart of the pricing position, what other people is looking at this moment. We are finding the pricing positioning US Swiss-10. This is more like a trader's position holding information that we can refer it to. Right now, the US Swiss-10 is going to the high of the peak. It's not actually the very high point yet, but right now the red zone is indicate the people for short. The people is reaching the extreme of the -50 area. This is the line we are going to be very cautious. And for what we are referring to, if the Swiss-10 going down, of course the gold is going up. They always work to opposite directions, and according to the information we have here, the long position is reaching the highest area, and this is the very high area that we are expecting for any retrace. So right now we have the big picture for what's going on other traders position right now. Gold is expecting turning around, and the Swiss-10 is going to be turning around in the same time. Okay, for more details about referring those information, please refer to dailyfx.com. This is the marketing, what's that called, is sentiment, market sentiment that we can refer into the whole pictures about the market's position. Okay, back to the chart. We are going to go over a couple lists today, which include Australian Swiss-10, SGDCHF, and the USDCHF. Why I picked those pairs is those three pairs have the very similar setups happening that we might expecting for the following week. First of all, let's check out the Australian Swiss-10. On the day chart, we are reaching to the expecting supply level, which is broken this low for responsible is high, and the pricing with a wick here got rejected. That is the very obvious sign in the 4-hour. We got a very big outside candle has been formed right at the supply zone, broken this low, responsible high. And the hourly chart, we found a divergent happening, and right now this is the low has been broken and retesting. That is the qualification for reversal sign. So on the 4-hour, we are going to see the diversion zone, diversion area of the area dimension 4. This is where the reversal going to happen. So we are expecting entry point, probably the round number in 74. Let me see. This is the 74.50. areas for 78.4% with expecting entry point or the early entry point probably between here, but there is no any pivot point or anything we can refer into. So I will looking forward to 78.4 as entry and the stop right on the top. Target pricing will be more like 1 to 1, which is according to my trading plan. For you like to trade with a 1 to 2, you can do that as well. Just enter in a multiple position and close in the first half in here for target 1 and close in the second half right here. Just make sure the goal is to remove the risk to the entry point as soon as possible. That is my trading plan. If there are any elements that I mentioned can improve your trading plan or trading strategy, that will be very, very awesome. That is the goal, but I'm here to share those information. According to the divergent, there's nothing we can confirm is we got that MACD is pulling down. This is the good sign with the market flow with the direction going down, MACD going down once, the MACD going down once the divergent happening and the divergent for zone area. Okay, that's pretty much on the Australian system. Let's go to the next one. The next one is SGDCHF. This one have the similar information we found in Australia Sweden. On the weekly chart, we have the expecting supply zone broken the low with responsible high form and retesting in once and twice. And on the day chart, the supply zone, it has been respected on the top, is not breaking out yet, and right now it's come back to testing the bottom of the box. And by doing this retesting, is forming a very big outside candle. With the 4 hour, the pricing breaking low, responsible high forming a supply, pricing coming along with the racing wedge breaking down with the outside candle as well. So for the whole thing, the bias is still going down. On the hourly chart, we have divergent form, and we have the low has been retesting. Pricing is breaking low right here, forming a new supply zone, which is expecting entry point between 78 or 61. The stop is going to be on the top right here, so you have double protection. So 1 to 1 market ratio. This is our first target, expecting target number 2 if this reach. For whoever want to trade a longer price, that will be the trading plan according to the setup. And for the quick divergence zone, we can see in day very clearly with going up, down right here. See, this is a divergent 4 zone happening with MACD divergent and negative MACD divergent. Okay, so we have two pairs have similarity set up right now. Let's move on to the last one. This is very, very important according to my trading strategy and my trading plan. There is very, very high suggested to find a crossing pair if you trying to enter the pair with a new position. Always confirm crossing pair and what is the big market going on. Okay, last pair, US Swiss. In the day chart, we got obviously breaking low, responsible swing high, which is more obvious right here. It's not very close, but pricing coming back, retesting once, twice, with a second outside candle forming. In the 4-hour chart, pricing breaking this low, responsible high, forming a supply zone, and pricing coming back again and breaking the low, forming the second supply zone, which I didn't point out, and the pricing reached the demand zone, which is breaking this high for responsible low. In hourly chart, we got divergent form again, pricing retesting this low, which is breaking through, and expecting entry will be this supply zone, which is breaking the low, responsible high. We are expecting entry point 78 or 61 in stop right here, and the pricing going 1, 2, and 3. So it depends on your strategy. I always like to enter in fast and going out fast. That's why I can risk higher percentage as a ratio 1:1 in higher percentage. Just want to remove the risk as soon as possible and reach my first target. Then I'm done for the month. If the target pricing is expecting number 2, this is which not happen very often according to the way I'm trading, but this is always a good chance to earn 1 to 2 return ratio. For what is going on the setup, we have Australian Swiss yen, SGD Swiss yen, and dollar Swiss yen. Those three are similar setups is happening. Let's check if there's any possible entry before the London or tomorrow's London open. If the trade's not open up by that time, then I will not enter the trade. The New York section is not the way I'm trading in this trading strategy due to the big violation of the news and a lot of different things going on. So the reaction in the New York for this reversal pattern will be very easily get violated. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention. Here is the divergent going down. So here's divergent dimension 4 area. To understand more about what is a divergent price cycle, please visit my other video. It will explain more. This is always a cycle when pricing, breaking and retesting going down. This is happen all the time. Okay, one last thing, just want to mention this real quick, which is can be the reference for whoever trading the European and pound. The reason I want to point this one is because the setup looks okay, but there's just no confirmation going on yet. For the quick analyze, we got the supply zone forming, breaking low, responsible high, retesting once, retesting twice. On the hourly, there's no diversion happening right here, but a big diversion is happening in the 4 hour. Let me show you real quick. In the 4 hour zone, okay, this is our zone. You see the diversion right here, and this is more likely the possible, not exactly divergent, but this is being pulled up to retesting. So according to the divergent trades, here is a complete cycle, and the bottom has been broke and retrace back, which is forming the second possible divergent trend. Okay, so double possible divergent with dimension 4 error zone for whoever trading for European pound. This is the good pair to wait for confirmation, either European with other pair or other pair with pound. Okay, so let's see how those Swiss pairs unfold and how the European pound form any confirmation for the following days. Thank you for the time to watch my video. I know it's not very clearly explained in most of the time due to the language that I'm speaking not very well. But I appreciate your patience to watch and listen my analysis. I do really appreciate for whoever subscribe my YouTube and Twitter videos. Thank you very much. And if you have any feedback, comment about the setup or any trades that you are thinking might have the dimension price cycle that you are trading, in which area that we can take a look, feel free to submit any message, then we can have the discussion how the dimension price cycle fit into your trading plan. The pricing cycle is a very powerful concept that I learned from the other country. The price maker, they are trying to make the markets moving according to a lot of the fact, and a lot of people try to make this happen. So whoever recognize will using this as the trading plan, and whoever don't recognize, they will pick up the parts in the very different way. So the whole picture will be different result. But stick with your training plan. This is very important to um, to keep this going whenever you have the correct analyze or the trading plan fail. But just stick with it. There's always the room to improve the way to trade, as long as you can control your emotion, which I use is the one called uh, Ho'oponopono from Hawaiian psychology emotion control to help me to stick with the trading business till now. And stick with your trading plan. Make sure remove your risk as soon as possible. Doesn't matter it's going to break even or it's going to break keep you losing on the trade. Keep trade simple, remove risk as soon as possible, and just be patient. Always wait and waiting for the best trade setup confirmation, and to fill the last puzzle of your trading plan that will make your trade even better. That's pretty much about today's trading review. We will keep posting the updates for the following day to see how those unfold. And thank you for watching. Happy Mother's Day. We will keep come back again. Thank you.